Hey, what's up guys, Overexcited YouTuber here with another video. Now this video is kind of going back to the roots of making top 5s, getting like 10 views, which is probably more than I get now. Recently I endured the pain of watching my videos, old videos back, and Jesus Christ, I sound like I'm getting held at gunpoint to make a top 5, and my top 10 starting weapons, I didn't realize how it was 32 minutes long. That's like, usually when people start their YouTube channels, they make like maybe 30-second long videos, then they look back and I was like, wow, that was great. I'm gonna look back and have like hour-long documentaries and be like, Jesus Christ, what was I doing? Anyway, this video was gonna be a top 5 weapons in Cod WW2, which it kind of still is, but instead it's gonna be the 5 best weapons in my opinion, because top 5 was very hard to do. Like, I eliminated the 2, but then the 3 were so close together at the beginning. So I'm just going to make a list of the 5 best. The thumbnail says top 5. I guess you could call it clickbait. I don't know. Keep in mind, this is all my opinion. So if you do get offended by anything, either write it down in the comments so I can make fun of you, or just suck it up and go back to watching Naruto. Number 1. The first gun on this list is the M1903. I use the Ranger, which is the heroic variant. It's one of the first variants I got, which is really what got me into this gun. A lot of people prefer the Cod 98 over this gun. I don't, because this thing is a one-shot from like the waist up, maybe even lower than that. So it's almost a guaranteed one-shot unless you just dome them like below the kneecap or something, which is pretty hard to do. It's a lot harder to do that. The only drawback of this weapon that it shoots a bit slow, but I barely notice it, and when you add rapid fire, it's not even noticeable. It's probably not noticeable to me because I'm not a tryhard that snipes in free-for-all, but that's just me. The next gun on the list is the God gun known as the PPSH. This gun always reminded me of just Russians trying to be stealthy, because I can just imagine this guy's friend, whose name is like PP or something, he takes another swig of whiskey, and the big Russian guy is like, Pipi, shh! And then that's how they came up with the gun. And speaking of whiskey, if you were probably drunk on that, you'd still be able to get a nuke with this thing because of how good it is. No, but seriously, this thing mows up close, and when you add an extended mag to it, it makes it able to hold 52 rounds in one clip, which is more than most LMGs, and seeing as this thing is extremely mobile and can mow faster than the LMGs, I don't see why you would ever pick an LMG. The only thing holding this weapon back is the recoil, which isn't too bad, and especially because I play hardcore, it really only takes about 2 bullets to drop. And at that point, the recoil really doesn't matter, because after you put those 2 bullets on target, they're already dead. And the range is decent, it's good, but in hardcore, anything is really good. This thing can snipe, but then again, so can everything else. This next gun is probably one of the most underrated guns, and it might have been at number 1 if I made this a top 5. But the M4941 is an amazing weapon that gets shouted over by other great weapons. And this thing feels like an SMG because of the fire rate. And it has it has recoil, but it has some pretty decent recoil for how fast it fires. This thing is like a mix of the P90 and the ACR. It has really good recoil for what it does. And it actually has a pretty decent range. You're able to snipe people from across the map with only 4 bullets. And that kind of seems like a lot, but 4 bullets from across the map, from one spawn point to the other, that's pretty damn good. It has really low damage drop-off, so you're going to be effective from any range. And it was by far the most fun weapon to get gold on. Maybe the M1 Grand was a little bit behind it, but this was probably the most fun and easiest weapon to get gold on. It was my second weapon I got gold on, and it was just a very good experience, and it's also the first gun you unlock, so you're always able to use this, and this thing absolutely mows up close, up far, anything. Try it out, trust me, it's amazing. The next gun on the list is the Type 100. This is by far my favorite SMG, and this was the first weapon I ever got gold on, and I'd say it was the easiest weapon. The other one was pretty easy, but this was even easier because the recoil on this thing is amazing. It's like a PPSH with a tiny bit of less fire rate, but the recoil and the accuracy of this thing is amazing. And you could also put a rapid fire on it to make it pretty much a PPSH with almost no recoil, which can be nice, but it bumps up the recoil a little bit to make it like a tiny bit noticeable. It's not the recoil, it's this thing's a laser beam. I usually play in hardcore, which I'd say this is probably one of the best weapons for hardcore, because it's extremely mobile, and when you slap a 45 round clip on it, it's amazing, and it's almost always a one shot. So, and it has no recoil. I don't know what more you could want. The last gun on this list is, of course, the bar, and I got into the bar kind of late after they patched it, which really did nothing at all. They just added a tiny bit more recoil, which suits its name, because trust me, that's not water I'm drinking out of that bottle. And also, if you go to any YouTuber, go back to the first days Cod World War II came out, every single YouTuber, Allier, red arrows everywhere, God gun, secret gun, amazing gun, special hollow point gun, it's crazy. Everybody was freaking out about this thing, and it's truly amazing. It only has 20 rounds, but when every round does insane amounts of damage, in hardcore, of course, it only takes one shot. This gun is extremely powerful. In core, it only takes about 3 shots, so that's like 6 or 7 kills just with one mag, and you add extended mag, that's 35 rounds. And this thing just absolutely mows. The fire rate's amazing. Everything about this gun is just a solid gun. Another thing I love about this gun is the range, because it feels like it doesn't drop off. Like, I can take somebody quickly across the map in no time, just spray them down. Doesn't matter how far they are. This gun just feels great in your hands no matter what. And just go try it out if you haven't already, which you probably have. I don't know why I'm sitting here telling you to go try this stuff out. You probably already have. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this top 5. It wasn't really top 5, it was more of a list. But the bar could easily be at number 1. And one honorable mention I have is the Thompson, or the Tommy gun, or the M1928. A lot of numbers. Everything starts with the M1 in this game. But this thing is what I use my permanent unlock token on at the beginning of the game. So it's what carried me through the levels, and it's pretty much like the PPSH, except actually kills a bit faster. The only thing holding it back is the recoil, which it does have a lot. It struggles about 30 meters away, or 30 feet. That's a lot different. 30 meters about. Anything kind of farther in front of you, it can't really do anything. You really have to control the recoil after that. It gets pretty bad at range, but up close it's a melting machine, even more than the PPSH. So yeah, that's kind of it for today's video, this week's video, I guess. I'm having more videos come out. The next one might be a Fortnite because of the new update. Fortnite, PUBG Desert Map, more of that, definitely. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this list. Let me know if you want more of these videos, more top 5s, more World War II, or just more joke videos, or not me being so serious, which I guess I wasn't. I made some pretty edgy jokes, which is what you're supposed to do. If you want to get demonetized, I don't know. It's not like I am monetized. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're doing an old style outro right now. So hope you guys enjoyed, and
sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Am I just up? I went to a shrink to analyze my dreams. She says it's like a sex that's bringing me down. I went to a whore. He said my life's a bore. Choke with my wife because it's bringing her down. Sometimes I